have like an important job or anything.
You know, not really. She's a surgeon. That's people
Yeah,
would
that
notice
seems-
her
yeah,
missing,
that
I'm pretty
seems like
sure.
it would be
Shut up and so
important,
during
right?
the day.
Hey guys, my name's Dan, and today's reaction is the new pitch meeting. This is Don't Worry, Darling. Now, this movie had a bit of hype going into it. The trailers look really good, the cast looked fantastic. But what I'm more curious about after seeing this movie is how exactly it was pitched. And then after that, at the very end of this video, I will give my overall thoughts on it, so please stay tuned for that. But before we get into any of that, if you enjoy other pitch meetings, I've reacted to so many of them for you to enjoy. And if you want to see future reactions that I do, you can go right below this video, click that like button, the subscribe button, and ring notification bell. Because not only does that let you see past, present, and future reactions that I do, but it also helps with the old algorithm, helps get more eyes on my channel. Then go on over and support Pitch Meeting and Ryan George, the guy who makes all of these. I'll leave both of those links for those channels down in the description, along with basically everything else. And without any further ado, let's go.
So, you have a movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do. And my favorite thing about the movie is that it feels like a movie.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, that's great.
It
feels
feels
like a real, go to the theater film movie.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
You know, you kind of
All
the
right.
reason you go watch something on the big screen.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, okay, good.
So,
All
you know,
right.
hopefully that's how people describe this.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
that's the basic description of what we're looking for, I guess.
Yeah.
So what happens in this thing?
Right, so this takes place in this 1950s looking town called Victory, right? And we're gonna follow this housewife named Alice.
Okay.
And all these housewives have husbands that take off to work every day on something called the Victory Project, run by this guy, Frank. But everything is not as it seems. Whoa, you sure about that? Because usually everything is as it seems. That's how
Yeah.
everything usually is.
Yeah, see, no,
Not in this case,
Nope.
not everything is as it seems. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's about to get real mysterious in here, sir.
Like once in a while, there's these big earthquakes that make everything shake.
That is very mysterious. I guess we'll find out what those are about later, huh?
No.
Oh.
But so then Alice starts seeing and experiencing a bunch of weird stuff.
What kind of stuff we talking?
Well, like she goes out into this desert that the housewives aren't allowed to go into, and she touches a building and wakes up back home.
Oh, very
And
strange.
she sees this weird plane crash and a window closes in on her.
Jeez, what's going on with all that?
Don't worry about it. And this other housewife's being forced to take medication because she keeps saying nothing is real.
What does the medication do?
Don't worry about that either.
I want to know. I'm a
Yeah,
little worried about
I
it.
did,
Well,
yeah.
stop it. And then Alice randomly wraps her own head in plastic wrap, and that other housewife seemingly dies, but not really. Okay, yeah, you know, sure,
Yeah,
that's a
that's-
lot of weird stuff. And so I guess Alice is
yep.
gonna start to piece together what this is all about as the weird things happen. Not really, no, just kind of a string of weird occurrences for about 90 minutes or so, with little to no explanation or information revealed.
Oh, okay.
And then suddenly a bunch of information's gonna drop with like a third of the movie left.
Okay, great. So what do we find out?
Well, sir, it turns out the whole town is a frickin' simulation.
It's like the Matrix.
Exactly, except with like 10,000 times less kung fu.
So still a little kung fu?
No, you know what? No kung fu at all, actually. But I did think we could have a 5-minute scene of Harry Styles dancing like a puppet.
Oh, well, that's just as good. Okay, yeah, sweet.
So we're gonna find out that Alice's husband Jack in the real world is unemployed, and he's been kind of radicalized by that guy Frank.
Oh, he has?
Yeah, through like podcasts and internet forums, he's been made to hate being a loser while his wife earns money, and he wants that traditional life of, you know, the wife stays at home and cooks and cleans.
Uh-oh.
So he's got Alice like permanently strapped to their bed with these simulation goggles on her face, so she like lives in the simulation now.
Permanently? Do people in the real world not wonder where she went?
No.
Nope.
No, they don't,
Apparently
I
not,
guess.
no.
So she didn't have like an important job or anything.
You know, not really. She's a surgeon. That's people
Yeah,
would
that
notice
seems-
her
yeah,
missing,
that
I'm pretty
seems like
sure.
it would be
Shut up. And so
important,
during
right?
the day, her husband Jack and all the other husbands leave into the real world to earn money to be able to pay for this whole thing. Wait, so Jack's not unemployed anymore? Yeah, sure, okay.
What's his job?
Unclear, don't worry about it. So he like puts drops in Alice's eyes because they're pried open all the time because of these simulation goggles. So when he's out in the real world every day, does he also have to like change her diapers and exercise her legs so she doesn't get muscular atrophy and whatnot? Yeah, no, I guess you'd have to
No.
do all that stuff.
Yeah, you
too,
sure
wouldn't
would.
he? How is
Yeah.
this better than the life he was living? Yeah, I don't really know about that, but this is what's happening, so I'm gonna need you to get all the way off my back about it.
Oh, okay, let me get off of that thing.
So anyway, the bad guys do like electroshock therapy on Alice, which shows her all these revelations, but then also makes them forget them immediately.
So her memory gets wiped. Man, it's gonna be hard for her to piece it all back together and escape. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really? Yeah, she just kind of remembers it all anyway, right away.
Oh, so what was the point of doing the electroshock?
I don't know. And so then she
don't
kills
know
her
either.
husband in self-defense.
Oh my god.
And then her neighbor shows up like, hey, guess what? If men die in here, they die out in the real world, so you've got to escape now.
Men die, but not women?
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. And the neighbor is also like, by the way, I knew this was a simulation the whole time, but it's the only way for me to be with my kids who died in the real world, so I'm like, I've been on board. Oh, so she's in there loving her kids. That's kind of sweet and tragic.
Actually, your character
Spends the whole movie drinking excessively and complaining about motherhood.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then Frank, you know, the guy who organized this whole place, his wife is gonna stab and kill him.
Why did she do that?
Well, she's like, it's my turn now.
What does that mean, though?
It means the movie's almost over and we gotta get rid of Frank somehow.
I guess that makes sense.
So then Alice is driving away in the desert, but there are two cars chasing her and one coming at her head first.
Uh-oh, car chase.
Yeah, and so she kind of brakes and swerves, and all three cars crash into each other. Oh, this is a cartoon. I thought it was live action for some reason. No, it's not
No,
a cartoon.
it's definitely live
car
action.
chases
No,
are tight. Does
no,
the
it's-
Roadrunner show up? He does.
no,
it's
he's
a
not
very
here.
serious
No,
scene.
No,
sir.
it's not. No, there's no way.
No, it is though. So then Alice manages to get to this portal and escape the simulation. If it's all a simulation, wouldn't there be some safeguards to prevent wives from escaping, like a passcode or literal guards? Aha, no.
No.
Oh, okay, and so I guess now we're gonna get some answers to all that weird stuff that was happening.
no.
No, we're
No.
the movie's all done now.
No.
We're gonna show the title and it's done.
Yeah.
What was all that stuff
That's-
that took up most of the movie?
Stuff. And what happens now?
Things.
Doesn't she just wake up strapped to a bed next to her dead husband's body? Yeah, you know, probably, but we're all done now.
I just feel like I still have so many questions.
Yeah,
Well, that's
same.
a good thing, wouldn't you say? Now people have something to talk about online.
Oh, you think people are gonna talk about the various unanswered questions
no.
of this movie on the internet?
no.
Oh, heck yes, sir. That's gonna be
Oh,
the
no.
main thing they talk about
Oh,
online
no.
in regards to this movie.
Well, great.
Oh boy, did Harry Styles spit on Chris Pine? That I didn't hear about. But so let's get into this movie a little bit here. So as I stated at the very beginning, there was a lot of there was hype behind this movie. I really enjoyed the trailer, so I was very intrigued by the whole premise of everything. I love the fact that it took place in the 1950s, and I also love movies that aren't exactly what they seem. And certainly the cast looked pretty good. Certainly Florence, who plays Alice, she's fantastic. She's it's no surprise to me that she was basically the standout of this movie because her career. She's played a variety of different roles in a variety of different genres and have absolutely nailed them all. She was in Black Widow. She was in Midsummer. Both two completely different movies. She was even in Fighting with My Family. But as far as this movie is concerned, when it comes to watching any movie, I really enjoy things, or movies, TV shows, whatever, to where you're paying attention, you see little things, you see these big things, you hope for a payoff, right? You hope that there's something about, you know, paying attention to this one thing that I'm going to be rewarded for later on. And there were just, I mean, he didn't even gloss over like everything that's wasn't exactly paid off. There was so much that wasn't really paid off in this movie, and it just, I mean, I hate to be that guy, but this movie just sort of fell flat because of that. And then, you know, the reveal at the end didn't really feel all that important because I was left to not really apparently care about anything else because they didn't pay anything else off either. So what were we even doing? I really wanted to enjoy this. I certainly enjoyed Florence's performance, but outside of that, this movie definitely fell flat for me. But that's going to do it for me here. But before I go, though, I want to give a huge shout out to all of my $5 and up supporters on Patreon. Luchador Cruising, Wolver 310, Multi-Disturbed 666, Jordan Bird, Lauren Davenport, Caster Cronich, Amber K, Raymond Bright, Joshy, Chris Curtis, and Jeremiah McCarroll. And if you too like to have your name read at each and every one of my videos, plus many other fun goodies, maybe have me react to a past pitch meeting or two, please head on over to patreon.com/Reactor. Link will be right there, and a description with many different tiers for you to choose from. And if you'd like to have an easier way to get in contact with me, maybe talk about today's pitch meeting, please head on over and join the channel Discord. We can chat with others about other reactions that I've done, find out just a little bit more about me, or even see this week's reaction schedule. And with that being said, comment down below. Let me know, what did you think about Don't Worry Darling? Please leave a like if you enjoyed. Also want to see past reaction I've done to other pitch meetings. A nice playlist right over there for you. Share this video. Subscribe if you subscribed already. Ring notification bell because I put new videos every single day. And I will see you guys next time.